What happens when youth care focuses on what is strong, not just what is wrong? In many youth-serving environments, care is understandably organized around risk, symptoms, and behavior reduction. These are real needs, and they must be addressed. But research consistently shows that reducing negative behavior alone does not produce lasting growth. Positive youth development takes a different approach. Rather than centering youth around deficits, it emphasizes building internal assets such as strengths, identity, agency, and purpose. The goal is not to ignore challenges, but to ensure young people are not defined by them. A strengths-focused approach asks different questions. What does this young person already have within them? What qualities help them survive, adapt, and persist? How can those strengths be recognized, named, and intentionally developed? When strengths are identified and reinforced, youth begin to see themselves differently. They shift from being someone who is managed to someone who is capable of growth. Accountability feels less threatening. Engagement becomes more authentic. Self-worth is central to this process. Strengths only become usable when a young person believes they are allowed to have them. A youth may possess resilience, creativity, leadership, or empathy, but without self-worth, those strengths remain disconnected. They may not feel legitimate or safe to claim. This is where self-worth education and strengths-focused care intersect. Self-worth provides the internal foundation that allows strengths to be integrated into identity rather than treated as isolated traits. In practice, a strengths-focused, self-worth-informed environment looks different. Youth are guided to identify strengths alongside challenges. They are taught to reflect on values and personal goals, not only rules and consequences. Mistakes are framed as information, not identity. This does not remove structure or expectations. It strengthens them by helping youth understand why growth matters to them personally. The Self-Worth Cultivation Program was designed to operationalize this approach in residential settings. Through structured video lessons, guided reflection, and interactive group activities, youth are taught to recognize personal strengths and internal resources, explore identity beyond labels or past behavior. Identify core values that guide decision-making. Understand how self-talk and belief influence actions. Practice applying strengths in real-life scenarios. These concepts are not abstract. They are reinforced through predictable routines, facilitated discussions, and developmentally appropriate activities that fit within real residential environments. Staff are not asked to improvise or reframe on the spot. The program provides structure, language, and sequencing, so strengths-focused work is consistent, safe, and sustainable. By intentionally cultivating identity, self-worth, and values, the Self-Worth Cultivation Program brings positive youth development principles into daily practice. Not as a philosophy on paper, but as an experience youth can internalize. Because when young people learn to see themselves through their strengths, growth stops feeling imposed and starts feeling possible. And that shift changes how care works, both now and in the future.